Dream, dream, and dream high. For dreams lead to thoughts, and thoughts lead to actions. These words remind us of the words given by our former president APJ Abdul Kalam. Dream big, then you will be able to achieve big. If you want to achieve something, we have to work hard for it. This story talks about the feelings of an athlete as he pursues his dream. Read about a nerve-wracking day in Michael Stone's life as he prepares to take the ultimate test of his sports career. It is an awe-inspiring achievement that will leave you breathless. Dear students, we are going to learn a very interesting lesson now. We are going to learn about the feelings of an athlete. He worked hard and then he is narrating his experiences with us. It was a nerve-wracking day in Michael Stone's life. Nerve-wracking, stressful. It was a stressful day. He's not speaking about all the days. That particular day was a stressful day because he, after making a lot of hard work, after doing a lot of hard work, got ready to prove himself. He was going to write an examination like a student. Means he was going to participate in a competition. He was going to take the ultimate test of his sports career. So if he proves in this competition, yes, everything is good. If he is not able to prove in this examination, in this test, all the hard work that he did will be in vain. That was why he was in tension. His tension moments began. It is an awe-inspiring achievement. Awe-inspiring? Awe-inspiring. It is really, really inspirational achievement. Awe-inspiring that everybody has to learn something from it. It is an awe-inspiring achievement, an achievement that we have to learn from it. That is the achievement he made. And after reading this lesson, you will really become breathless because of his tension and his hard work. He did the hard work throughout the year, and then finally, that particular day, he got ready to participate in the competition. It is going to be a tension moment for him. And we will be breathless because what kind of achievement did he make? What kind of practice he made? What kind of experience, challenge was he facing that day? And how did he come out? That was why it will be breathless for us. If you observe this picture, we understand that there are 10 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different positions. In all these positions, the man holds a pole in 10 different angles. Man and the pole. What is this sport? Guess. Right, this is pole vaulting. His palms were sweating. He needed a towel to dry his grip. A glass of ice water quenched his thirst but hardly cooled his intensity. The AstroTurf he sat on was as hot as the competition he faced today at the National Junior Olympics. The pole was set at 17 feet, that was 3 inches higher than his personal best. Michael Stone confronted the most challenging day of his pole vaulting career. The stands were still filled with about 20,000 people, even though the final race had ended an hour earlier. His tension moments began. His palms were sweating. He worked hard throughout the year, the previous period, and now he is going to participate in the competition. Now it is going to be decided whether his practice is fruitful or not. And that is why he was in tension. His tension moments began. And his palms were sweating. That's why he needed a towel to dry his grip. He was in tension, so he was thirsty. He took a glass of water. The glass of water could quench his thirst, but it did not cool his intensity. What was his intensity at that time? the burning desire he had. What was that? What was that burning desire? To participate and win the competition, to come out with flying colors, to participate and win the competition. That was the burning desire. So everybody should have a desire in heart. Everybody should have a burning desire, and the burning desire will drive you further. This man, due to his tension, he was thirsty. He had a glass of water, but his intensity was not cooled. Still, he was on fire. The astroturf he sat on was as hot as the competition. Astroturf, the special kind of grass which is there in sports grounds. Astroturf. Generally, it is like lawn, green grass. It's cool, but even the astroturf was hot for him. Why do you think it was hot? Because of his intention. Because of his intention that he was going to participate in the competition, and he didn't know what would happen in the competition, how well he had to perform in the competition, what should he do to win the competition. This was all there in his heart. This burning desire was there in his heart, and that's why the astroturf was also hot. It was not cool for him. The pole vault was set at 17 feet. It was 3 inches higher than his personal best. Actually, in his practice, he was able to clear up to 14 feet. But now, the time had come to clear 17 feet, which was 3 inches higher than his personal best. This height, 3 inches height, added to his tension. His tension still increased. Michael Stone confronted the most challenging day of his pole vaulting career. That day was a challenging day because if he proved him in the competition, that's it. People would realize him. His hard work would become fruitful. His parents would be happy. If not, everything would be waste. So it was a challenging day for him. The stands were still filled with about 20,000 people even after the event was over. The event was over before. The event had ended an hour earlier. Even then there were 20,000 people in the stands. Stands, gallery. The people in the galleries of the stadium were still there in the gallery for admiring the performance of Michael Stone. Of course, they had seen him perform in the competition. The competition was over. He participated in the competition. Everything was over. But still the people did not leave the stands. Do you know why? They are still admiring the performance of Michael Stone. That was the greatness he had. That was why people wanted to still be in the galleries. So, if you want a special recognition, special identity, you need to do it perfectly and attractively. Then people will be attracted towards it, and then you will be able to catch the attention of people. You will be specially identified. The pole vault is truly the glamorous event of any track and field competition. The sportsman combines the grace of a gymnast with the strength of a bodybuilder. Pole vaulting also has the element of flying, and the thought of flying as high as a 2-storied building is a mere fantasy to anyone watching such an event. Today, it is not only Michael Stone's reality and dream, it is his quest. Yes, pole vault is truly the glamorous event. It is really attractive. For a player to play, it is attractive. At the same time, spectators also equally enjoy watching this sport. That's why it is a glamorous event, the most interesting event. The sportsman combines the grace of a gymnast with the strength of a bodybuilder. Gymnast. Who is a gymnast? One who does gymnastics. See, in gymnastics, the body of a gymnast, how flexible it is. He can move his body to any direction very easily. And pole vaulting has that element. It also has the element of a bodybuilder. Physical strength also is equally important. Has to run faster than other participants. So it combines these two qualities. That is why it is a glamorous event. Gymnastics and bodybuilding. Both the characters are there. Pole vaulting also has the element of flying added to this. It also has the element of flying. Oh my God, how good it is. Imagine you have wings. If I had wings, it's really, really good. Very nice. Flying is a thrilling experience. It's a fantasy. It has the element of flying. And the thought of flying as high as two-storied building is a mere fantasy to anyone watching such an event. This event, when you watch the pole vaulter running in front of the target and then putting the base of the pole on the ground, holding the pole on the other hand, gripping it tightly and flying high. It's a fantasy. For the spectators also, it gives a great thrill. That's why it's a glamorous event. It has the characters, 3 characters in it. Gymnastics, bodybuilding, and flying. All the 3 characters are there in this. That's why it is a glamorous event. It's a fantasy to spectators. Today, it is not only Michael Stone's reality and dream, it is his quest. Yes, actually, it is Michael Stone's dream. What? Pole vaulting. To play this sport well and to get a special recognition. He wanted people to identify him in pole vaulting. That is his dream. Did he stop with his dream? No, he did not stop with his dream. No. He did not stop. He worked hard in order to get a special recognition in the hearts of the people. He worked hard. So he did not just stop with dreaming. He also added actions to it. His dream, added with his actions, became a success in his life. We will understand towards the end of the lesson. That is why it is not just his dream, it is his quest. Quest, zeal, interest, enthusiasm. That is his zeal. He wanted to become a special person. He wanted to make his parents happy. By making his parents happy, he wanted to get benefited. How would he get benefited? How would he get benefited? He would get a place in the hearts of the people. He got a separate place in the hearts of the people, got a special recognition. Everybody had identified Michael Stone as a great pole vaulter. As long as Michael could remember, he had always dreamed of flying. Michael's mother read him numerous stories about flying when he was growing up. Her stories were always the ones that described the land from a bird's eye view. Her excitement and passion for details made Michael's dreams full of color and beauty. Michael had this one recurring dream. He would be running down a country road. He could feel the rocks and chunks of dirt at his feet. As he raced down the golden-lined wheat fields, he would always outrun the locomotives passing by. He would begin soaring like an eagle. So, what was Michael's dream? Flying. Is he a bird? Can he fly? No. Flying like a bird in the sport that he was learning, in pole vaulting. From where did he get this inspiration, this interest? From his mother. His mother narrated a lot of stories regarding flying, and then he developed an interest of flying. Not only narrating, his mother made him read numerous stories regarding flying, numerous number of stories, many stories regarding flying. So as he was going on reading stories regarding flying, he has developed an interest of flying. So together with his age, when he was growing up, his interest also grew in him. Her stories were always the ones that described the land from a bird's eye view. So all the stories that she said were regarding flying. And so they always described the land from a bird's eye view. What is a bird's eye view? Having a clarity even from a long distance. See, for example, a bird flying high in the sky looks for its prey at the ground, looks down to the ground and finds its prey. Then the bird comes down, catches its prey and goes. So that is birds. So clarity. Bird's eye view means clarity. So because of his mother's stories, he developed an interest of flying. Her excitement and passion for details made Michael's dreams full of color and beauty. Her excitement, what made Michael's life colorful and beautiful? It's not Michael who could make his life colorful alone. It was not Michael alone. His mother's excitement and passion, interest, passion, her zeal made Michael's life colorful and beautiful. Because flying is a thrilling experience. In pole vaulting, that experience is there. Because when his mother narrated the stories regarding flying, he used to imagine as if he was flying. It was a thrilling experience for him. It was a nice experience for him. So his mother's excitement and passion, her interest, her zeal, her enthusiasm added color and beauty to his life. Michael had this one recurring dream. This dream, because his mother used to tell these stories every time, he used to get the same dreams every night regarding flying. Whenever he closed his eyes, he used to dream of flying. Same thing will happen to us also. Once you think about anything repeatedly, the same thing comes into your mind. That will be your dream. So when you want to do some work, ponder over the work, ponder to think continuously, repeatedly about the work, ponder over it. Then you will be developing a strong interest towards the work. So Michael had this one recurring dream. He would be running down a country road. He could feel the rocks and chunks of dirt at his feet. So in his village, he used to run on the roads early in the morning. Country road. What is a country road? Not a highway. Country road, not a highway, a village road, a small road. So he used to practice there. And while practicing, while running, because it was not a perfect road, it used to be a rough road. Yeah, it's a rough road. There used to be a lot of stones, chunks, pieces of anything. Piece of anything is a chunk. So chunks of dirt used to disturb him while running, but he never cared rocks or chunks of dirt at his feet. His only aim was to run and fly like a bird, because his mother narrated stories regarding flying. He wanted to do that, and so his practice was towards that. He would be running down a country road. He could feel the rocks and chunks of dirt at his feet. As he raced down the golden-lined wheat fields, he would always outrun the locomotives passing by. So while practicing in his village area, because that is a village, while practicing, because we find in field area, farm areas, we find railway tracks. To test his speed, he used to run together with a train, locomotive, train. Here it is a train, locomotive, and a motor. Any vehicle motored by an engine is called a locomotive. So he used to outrun the locomotives, run faster than a train. Is it possible to run faster than a train? But he did. He ran faster than a train. Why could he do that? Why was he able to do that one? That was his burning desire. That was his interest. Yes, he wanted to prove himself, and then he wanted to get a special place in the hearts of the people. And so he was taking a hard practice. So he used to outrun the trains also. He would begin soaring like an eagle, and he would run so fast with a great speed like an eagle. See, eagle flies high into the sky. Soaring, fly high. It flies high into the sky. How fast it goes? You can't imagine. So fast it goes. Like that, Michael also used to run so fast and used to outrun the locomotives. That was his spirit that he got from the stories of his mother. Where he flew would always coincide with his mother's stories. His dad, on the other hand, was not a dreamer. Birdstone was a hardcore realist. He believed in hard work and sweat. His motto, if you want something, work for it. So his flying coincided with his mother's stories. What is that? How did his flying coincide with his mother's stories? Flying, of course, in pole vaulting, you hold the pole in your hand, run, and then just in front of the target you have to fly. While flying, he used to feel the thrill that he found when his mother was telling any story regarding flying. In that way, he used to coincide. His flying used to coincide with his mother's stories. He had another inspirer. His mother, of course, definitely was a great inspirer. He had another inspirer. Do you know who it was? It was his father. On the other hand, his father was not a dreamer. He was not just a dreamer. Of course, we know that we have to dream big. His father also believed that, but he was not just a dreamer. He was beyond that. He also wanted to do something beyond dreaming. He did not just believe in dreaming. He believed in hard work and sweat. Yes, you have to work hard. Only then you will be able to get something. If you don't work hard, you cannot get. No pain, no gain. If you want to gain something, you have to be ready to face pains. So his motto, if you want something, work for it. Yes, do you want to pass? Do you want to get a good mark? Do you want to get a 10 by 10 GPA? Do you want to be a good student? Do you want to be a good child to your parents? Yes. If you want to be that, you have to work. Only otherwise you will not achieve what you want to do. So if you want something, you have to work for it. That is the philosophy of Michael Stone's father. His father, do you know? His father is Bert Stone. His father's name was Bert Stone. Bert Stone was a hardcore realist. What is hardcore realist? He just believed in reality. He did not just think, if I do this, it would happen like this. Otherwise, no problem. Yeah, I can go like this. This is okay. He never thought like that. He just practiced it and then experienced it. So he is a realist. So he believed in reality. He did not just believe in dreaming. You have to dream and you have to work to achieve your dream. If you do not work, you cannot get anything, was the philosophy of Bert Stone. From the age of 14, Michael did just that. He began a very careful and regimented weightlifting program. He worked out every other day with weights with some kind of running work on alternate days. The program was carefully monitored by Michael's coach, trainer, and father. Michael's dedication, determination, and discipline was a coach's dream. So, from the age of 14, Michael did just that. From the age of 14, why do you think 14, the age of 14 is stressed? Yes, that age is the age of maturity. You will understand what is right, what is bad. So, without wasting his time, Michael started working on his mission. From the age of 14, he just did what his father said. He began a very careful and regimented weightlifting program. So, to build up his body, to physically become strong, weightlifting was his practice. He did weightlifting. Okay? And careful and regimented practice. Regimented, planned. Yes, you need to have a plan. Any program without a plan is going to become a flop. You need to have a plan. Without plan, you cannot do that. If you have a plan before the program takes place, then you will understand where are the problems you are going to face when the program is happening. Then all the problems, if you come to know, arrangements can be made accordingly. If you do not plan, you will not understand what kind of problems you will face. Suddenly, a problem confronts you. You will confront a problem. Then you may not have time to solve the problem, and then the program becomes a flop. So here he began a very careful and regimented practice. planned practice with the plan. Who was giving plan? His parents, mother and father. Both were very much interested in Michael Stone because they noticed that there was a very special quality in Michael Stone. And Michael Stone obeyed his parents. They noticed and started giving advice to him. At the same time, he was ready to take their advice. He was obedient. And then he started his practice. He worked out every other day with weights, with some kind of running work on alternate days. Every other day by day, means one after other. Every other day means one after other. He used to do weightlifting practice and running practice. Running in his village. So this practice, why do you think he is practicing? He can directly participate in the event. If you go to the beginning lines, you will understand his palms were sweating. Do you know when? When was he facing that situation? Even after a regimented practice. What is this? Even after a regimented practice, his palms were sweating. That means you should understand the importance of practice. Practice makes man perfect. If you practice, you will definitely become perfect. Of course, he practiced. Even then, he was in tension. But of course, result is something different because the result 100% depends on your practice. He didn't know what would happen. That was why he was in tension. Of course, he went through regimented practice. Even then, he was in tension. If you work, if you participate in any work, if you do any work without practice, what will happen to that work? Won't it be a failure? Do you want your works to become a failure? Do you want your works to become failures? Do you want to be a failure? No. We want to get succeeded. We want to get success in everything that we do. Then what should we do? We have to practice to become perfect. Michael Stone also practiced to become perfect every other day, weightlifting and running. The program was carefully monitored by Michael's coach, trainer, and father. Was that? His program was monitored. He was not doing the work alone. It was monitored. When you study, it should be monitored. If you are staying in hostel, your teachers are there to monitor. At home, your parents, yes, they'll monitor you. Don't think that you will not be observed by monitoring, observation. Monitor, observation. Your parents will observe you. You may not know that they are observing you, but you are in their observation. You may not know that you are being observed by your teachers, but you are in their observation. So you have to understand that monitoring is a very important thing in your life. You should be monitored. Otherwise, you may not be successful. You may face failures. You may not be able to get up. If your work is monitored, yes, your monitors will tell you, this is wrong, don't do this. This is right, go like this. You do have any problem here? Come on, I'll solve the problem. I'll tell you what to do. You will get some suggestion from your monitors, your teachers, your parents, your elders are your monitors. Michael Stone was monitored by his trainer. Who was his trainer? His father. Yes, his father was his trainer, his coach, his philosopher, his friend, everything. His father was everything to him. He completely trusted his father. He knew that his father would never say anything to spoil him. He knew that his father would always work for his betterment, that his father wanted to see him in great heights. His father wanted him to have special recognition in society. He understood that. And so he was under the monitoring of his father. His father closely monitored when Michael was getting up, what kind of practice he was doing, whether he was lazy, wasting time. Everything was monitored. Michael's dedication, determination, and discipline was a coach's dream. we find three important qualities in Michael: dedication, determination, and discipline. These three qualities in Michael did not come just by his hard work. Michael did not get these three qualities just by himself. Then how did he get them? Yes, these three qualities came to him because of his coach. It was a coach's dream. His father dreamt of these three qualities. His father wanted to see him as a dedicated person. Dedication, to do any work without deviating from it, with focus. With focus, if you do, that is dedication. Determination, will to do. Willingness to do. Discipline, right, wrong. Doing in right way is discipline. So these three qualities were there in Michael Stone because of his father. These three qualities were his father's dream. He believed in his father, in his parents, practiced well, and then became a successful personality.